Hello, it is Wednesday, 12:19 p.m. I am about to put some clothes in the washing machine and I'm gonna edit, but like I did yesterday before work. Today will be my second day of training. I don't know when it's gonna be the next day that I get a Vlogmas up after the one that I finished editing right now, because now that I'm working, I'm not really doing anything. I'm just gonna be throwing clips together. Like, I'm about to put clothes in the washing machine, hopefully have time to take them out, and well, I'll have time to put them in the dryer, but I won't have time to put them away, maybe before I go. I'm just gonna throw clips together and put a vlog together that way, because like I'm literally just waking up and going to work, and I'm not going anywhere outside of that. But I'm gonna keep doing Vlogmas until I get to 25 days. It's just gonna be clips thrown together, doing the best that I can. So let me get these clothes in the washing machine, because I want to try to finish editing this vlog that I started editing yesterday, didn't have time to finish, and that needs to be today's vlog, but it's probably going to be tomorrow's vlog, because I'm definitely not going to have time to get it uploaded before I go to work. It'll probably go live tomorrow as Vlogmas Day 7. I think 7, either 7 or 8. Let me get to it, because I only have so much time before I have to get ready for work. Hello. I am going to do a story time in the middle of this vlog, because I have been vocal that I had got a new job last week, and I started my first day of training on Tuesday. Today is Thursday, December 21st, 4 days before Christmas. and today would have been my last day of training, but not really, but on paper, I guess, or what they consider the last day of training, even though it really wasn't gonna be. Yesterday would have been my second day of training. I actually quit the job yesterday. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I was so excited on Tuesday to start this job, even though I had a job at Disney Springs a couple years ago, and after that one, and just my mom being at Disney for 50 years and me kind of knowing the darker side of Disney, I always said I would never work for Disney. And then after I worked at Disney Springs a couple years ago, I was definitely like, I'm not ever doing anything that has anything to do with Disney. But I'm struggling really bad right now, and this was the only job that reached out to me out of the many applications I filled out. And I needed a job, I needed money. Beggars can't be choosers. I had my first day of work, first day of training, mind you, Tuesday, and I'm a real Floridian, born, raised. Even if you are not from Florida, anything in the 50s or lower than that is considered cold weather for Florida. It may not be considered cold weather for other states, but for Florida, that is considered cold weather. It was in the low 50s Tuesday night, and I worked the closing shift. My shift was from 4 to 11:30. It's a store and a restaurant, fine dining. The restaurant stops taking guests at 9:45. The store closes at, I forgot what time. No, maybe 11. I think 11. I don't know. I think 11. It's colder at night and early in the morning than it is during the day. Please tell me why. First of all, any store anywhere would keep their doors open 24 the whole time. Well, not 24 hours. The whole time that they're open. Make that make any sense? Everywhere you go, the doors are closed. Even Walmart, you have to walk through the door for the door to open. We were not allowed to close the doors. So it's 50 something degrees outside, freezing most of my shift, and they didn't even tell me that the doors were going to be open the whole time. I had never been there before I applied for the job, so all I had on was my black slacks pants. They make us wear one of the store shirts, and they gave me a store sweater. That is not enough when it's 50 degrees outside, the doors are open, and I'm a true Floridian, so I'm not used to anything lower than 75. For me, anything lower than that is freezing. But to be standing in the store and the doors are 3 feet away from me all night, I was shivering. I asked the supervisor that was training me, why can't we close the doors? And she said that because the owners won't let them close the doors because they feel like if the doors are closed, nobody's gonna come in. So if that's the case, you don't go to any stores, you don't go anywhere because the doors are closed. Everywhere you go, doors are closed. So that is the dumbest, stupidest, most bullshit excuse I've ever heard in my life. Everywhere you go, the fucking doors are closed. You have to open them or walk through them for them to open. And it's Disney Springs. Anything on Disney property is going to be packed. And also, this is around holidays. It's more busy than it normally would be. And they're busy on any other day outside of the holidays. So that excuse is complete bullshit. So that let me know they just don't care about their employees. They don't care about their employees' health. You can get pneumonia and you can die from pneumonia. You can get the flu and you can die from the flu. COVID is still very real. So many other things that can come from the damn doors being open and it's 50 something degrees. That was a huge red flag for me. And then I'm gonna hate to edit this. I'm gonna try to make this shit short as possible. I'm already at 6 minutes, but I want to tell y'all the story because I've never experienced this type of bullshit with a job before. And I have gone through quite a few jobs since I moved out on my own a couple years ago, trying to find my footing. And I've never experienced anything like what I experienced one day of working at this place. So that was a red flag. We get free meals the 3 days that we're training. And I vlogged it. Y'all saw I had my free meal my first day. And I've worked at restaurants before as a hostess, and every other job that I've worked at restaurant wise, most jobs when you're training you do get free meals, and if you don't finish you get to take your food home with you. Or even just as a regular employee, if you buy a meal on your break, you get to take your food home with you if you don't finish. It's your food. This place here, if you don't finish your food, they want you to throw it away. And that even includes after your 3 days of training. If you buy your food as an employee on your break, you don't finish your food, they're gonna make you throw it away. Best believe I didn't throw my food away. I wrapped that shit up and brought it home. I don't give a damn. I'm not throwing no food away. That shit really didn't sit well with me. It's kids out here going to school hungry. It's kids out here starving. It's whole families out here starving, worried about where their next meal is going to come from. And this multi-million-dollar company that works for a multi-billion-dollar company, Disney, is throwing away food. And if you buy the food, it's your food. How do they have the right to tell somebody they are spending their hard-earned money on this food that they can't take it home? It's their food. You're telling them to throw away their money that they worked for, and just throwing away food, period, when there's people out here struggling to eat every fucking day. That shit just really didn't sit well with me. I went to work yesterday. I brought a bowl with me. I was gonna bring my food home. Whatever I didn't finish from my free meal, I was gonna bring it home. I was gonna sneak that shit in my locker. I had took a bowl with me in a Walmart bag, and I was gonna bring my food home. Y'all are not gonna make me throw away no fucking money. I don't give a damn if it's free, if it's not free. I'm not throwing away food. I know the value of $1. I know it's people out here that would give anything to eat this food, and y'all are throwing this shit away. So I was gonna bring my food home. So that was another red flag for me. So not only they don't care about their employees' health, they don't know the value of $1. And they're throwing away food and money. And they don't care about their employees' hard-earned money, making their employees throw away their own money. Okay. So I get to work yesterday, second day of training. Minutes before I walk into work, because my mom got sick Monday night and didn't go to work on Tuesday. And I thought she was going to go to work yesterday. She said she was going to try to go. So I called my mom literally minutes before I'm walking into the job, and she tells me she's going to go to the hospital. She didn't go to work. She got sicker. She's going to the hospital. This is my mother. My head is all over the place because my mom is going into the hospital. I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know how bad it is. Don't know what it is. So of course my head is all over the place. So I'm scatterbrained at work. So the supervisor that's training me, she goes to one of the assistant managers and basically throws me under the bus and tells her that I'm not focused because I just found out that my mom is going into the hospital. So they called me back to their office, if you can even call it that, and she sends me home. I'm an hour into my shift, and mind you, I don't drive. And the supervisor that was training me, she knows this. And I was telling her that I'm struggling right now, but she knows I have to use Uber. That's $20 there, $20 back home. I'm an hour into my shift, and I get sent home. Instead of the supervisor being like, okay, well, I'm not going to say nothing because I know she had to use Uber to get here, and I'm not going to have her waste that money to go back home. And not to mention just be understanding that this is my mom. Who in the hell would be in their right mind and they just found out right before they got into work that their mom is going into the hospital and they don't even know what's wrong with their mom? who is going to be able to not have that completely flood their mind? That is my mother. So I get sent home an hour into my shift. So now it's $20 I had to put on Uber to get to work. Now it's another $20 I gotta put in Uber to go back home. So that's $40 fucking dollars. I could have stayed my ass at home. I could have turned around and went home when I found out that my mom was going to the hospital. But no, I said, this is my second day. I'm gonna go into work. So I'm pissed. On top of, I froze the night before. So I know y'all don't care about your employees' health. You don't care about money. You don't care about your employees' money. And now I've wasted $40 when I could have just stayed my ass home in the first place. I emailed my manager and I quit on my way home. In the little meeting, the assistant manager was like, you gotta leave your personal stuff at the door. Bitch, that's my mom. The fuck you talking about? I didn't say nothing in the meeting, but who the fuck is gonna be able to say, oh well, my mom is going in the hospital, but fuck that, I'm gonna be all about this job? Are you kidding me? So either she don't give a fuck about her own mom, or she's just a heartless ass motherfucker. But either way, that's a heartless ass thing to say to your employee. Basically telling me to say, well, fuck the fact that I just found out minutes before I walked into work that my mom is going into the hospital. I was done. I'm in the Uber. I send my manager an email telling him all of this. I quit. Well, I didn't say I quit. I said today's going to be my last day. I'm not going tomorrow, which would be today. I quit after my first day. I saw enough. The assistant manager being so heartless and my supervisor throwing me under the bus and me wasting $40 on top of just freezing to death the night before, on top of me knowing y'all don't give a fuck about money, or y'all don't care about your employees' money, and me knowing that's how y'all are treating y'all employees. I'm good. I can't work for a company like that. I don't want no parts of that. I'm struggling, but I'll find something else. It shit just baffled me. I've never experienced anything like that. Like how they could throw away food instead of whatever food that they have at the end of the night, donating that shit, giving it to food banks, hell, handing it out on the streets. The audacity to tell an employee who has spent their money to throw away their own money by throwing away food, and even the free meal, instead of saying, yeah, go ahead, take it home. It's no loss to us. And it's kids out here, families out here, people out here starving, worrying where they gonna get their next meal from. And that's how y'all view money and food? Hell no. I can't stand with that. I know that's, and if I would have stayed working there, I was gonna bring my food home by any means necessary. They was gonna have to fire me on the spot because I was gonna bring my fucking food home, but I was not ever gonna buy no food from them. Once I saw how they are, I was never gonna invest none of my money into that company. That's why I quit. It sucks. I was so excited to finally think that things were gonna be turning around for me, and everybody was so nice, but you're not going to treat me any kind of way. You're not going to mistreat me. I don't give a damn how bad I need money. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And you stand for something or you fall for anything. I couldn't stand with how they treat their employees. And I was not going to be treated that way for no amount of money, no matter how much I'm struggling. Now I'm looking for another job. I'm going to hate to edit this 16 minutes, but I just wanted to give y'all a backstory as to why I quit after a day.